Hello everyone, and thank you for watching. This is a review of the Grand Etteilla or Italia deck. This was originally, first of all, this is an out of print deck, but this deck is originally a playing cards. So just like the tarot deck was used to play games, this was like one of the original systems. And it says this is not an ordinary game of divination. Its cards show mystical and illogical symbols that go back to remote antiquity. According to the transmission by word of mouth in old manuscripts, these cards were first created by the Egyptian priests in the time of the pharaohs. Then they appeared as the illustration in the great book called the Kabbalah. And after that, we find they were used for the Bohemians at the time of the Middle Ages. Then rediscovered in the 19th century and put into circulation by the famous playing cards manufacturers Grimoire. And finally today, we have these cards perfected and clearly explained by experts in the playing card manufacturing firm of J.M. Simon. I can't speak. And it continues on explaining the cards. It continues on explaining the numbers. It's a little difficult with this little guidebook on how to use these cards, but I feel like these cards are either self-explanatory. You can work with the imagery or you can work with the exact name. However, I had a problem with this deck that I didn't realize before because I didn't know the history, and I just wanted like to purchase this deck because I knew or I heard that it was made by the Egyptian priests according to Grimoire. That I was expecting something different. I didn't bother, the imagery didn't bother me at first, but then I realized, I said, you know what, if this deck was initially created by the Egyptians, right, then why doesn't it have Egyptian imagery in it? And it's like whitewashed, and I just can't take it. It's a good deck to read intuitively. It's also an easy deck to read. You can also read the symbolism as well. It explains it to you in the little guidebook. You can read reversals with it. It uses numerology. It uses, not symbolism, but symbolism in its own way. For example, let's see. Okay, so you get to this would be like the sun card, or, the moon card. So it has the zodiac signs within the card. So if you don't know the zodiac signs and you happen to put your attention on that, and it's probably like a message that the person would want to hear or needs to hear, then you're screwed, in my opinion. Because then it's like you don't really know what the energy is that's transmissioning or coming through the cards, or transmitting through the cards. But yeah, it's like totally whitewashed. I enjoyed using it. I did like one video with these cards, and I think it was one of like the weekly readings or so. And then I used it for readings for myself. I also used it for readings for family members. I read for them as well, but never on an actual reading for a client. So yeah, like I said, some of these are self-explanatory, but see, I feel like the guidebook needs to explain these symbols, especially for those of you that are into the Kabbalah. Like, I have no idea what the fuck this means, you know? So, yeah, that's my problem, and I'm giving it away. It's a wonderful deck, and I didn't want to say, oh, it's whitewashed, because it's a out of print deck. It's old, but it is a whitewash. This is not the original depiction, and if it's not the original depiction, then that means you're probably lying to me in regards to the meaning as well. I have a serious problem with that, so I don't want it. So I'm selling it. Oh, it's also open for trade if you guys are interested. The list of the cards or decks that I want are on my Facebook. I upgraded the list of decks that I want. I'm always changing it up and getting rid of decks, or getting rid of decks within my collection, or getting rid of decks within my yet to have collection or my wish list. Yeah, it's easy to shuffle. It's not going to get messed up. too quickly. And then there's cards like this that it's instability, discussion, and then you would think this is the moon card, but the other card also symbolizes the moon card as well. So I don't know. I don't really get the system. And there are people in this deck as well. And shuffling. So you guys can see the side shuffling, not so much because it's like paper cardboard, but it's really thick. So let me know if you guys are interested. It's up for sale in my clearance section, but if you guys want to trade, we can do that as well. Yes, honey. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.